All right, Matt, time for another round. What do you think?
I'm excited. Let's go and dive into this week's episode of Behind the Bracket. Here with the FBU Team Utah team and state director, Carol Vivaka. Carol, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We're thrilled to have FBU Team Utah back into the national championship. Tell us a little bit, you guys were in it a few years ago. Now you're back. Tell us a little bit of the excitement level to be back into the national championship and what it means to participate in the tournament itself.
I tell you what, we're in cloud 9. Let's just say that. 4 years ago, when it was here in Utah, we had a little bit of struggle there. Starting up again, we realized that I didn't think I was ever going to join FBU again, but I realized that here in the state of Utah, there's so many talents that needs to be exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I got into this again. I only have one son; he's in high school, so I'm doing this for the boys, for Utah, the state of Utah. We are so happy. We had a little bit of roughness in the beginning, but you know what? Everything is coming down together. It's coming in together, and I have a lot to thank. A lot of people to thank for that.
We're just as excited to have you guys back in the tournament as it sounds you guys are excited to be in the tournament. You certainly hit it on the head that it's not necessarily about having your own son or daughter playing in the tournament. It's about the student athletes in your area and giving them the opportunity to play on this platform. So, Carol, let's talk a little bit. How are things coming together this year for FBU Team Utah at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade levels?
I'll tell you.
I'm here with the FBU Team Utah team and state director, Carol Vivaka. Carol, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We're thrilled to have FBU Team Utah back into the national championship. Tell us a little bit, you guys were in it a few years ago. Now you're back. Tell us a little bit of the excitement level to be back into the national championship and what it means to participate in the tournament itself.
I tell you what, we're in cloud 9. Let's just say that. 4 years ago, when it was here in Utah, we had a little bit of struggle there. Starting up again, we realized that I didn't think I was ever going to join FBU again, but I realized that here in the state of Utah, there's so many talents that needs to be exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I got into this again. I only have one son; he's in high school, so I'm doing this for the boys, for Utah, the state of Utah. We are so happy. We had a little bit of roughness in the beginning, but you know what? Everything is coming down together. It's coming in together, and I have a lot to thank. A lot of people to thank for that.
We're just as excited to have you guys back in the tournament as it sounds you guys are excited to be in the Carol, and that's exactly the point right there is to give student athletes, even if they're not your own son or daughter, the opportunity to get the type of exposure on this type of platform for the student athletes in your area. So that's exciting to hear. We're excited to have Utah back in, just as excited, I guess, as it sounds you guys are. But let's talk a little bit about your current team. How are things coming together for FBU Team Utah at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade levels?
Everything is coming together. We had to reach out to individual parents to come in and bring their kids in. But you know what? They're all coming in because they do realize that this is a good opportunity for their children. And we have a great community support. I have a great team of coaches. Everybody's in it for the kids, which is the number one goal for me. Got to be in it for the kids, or you got to go somewhere else. That's
Yep.
all there is to it. So
And that's the whole
everybody's coming
purpose of
together.
the tournament is it's about the student athletes. There is no greater purpose for this tournament than to provide the student athletes with a great experience and a great platform. Thanks to Carol Vive from the great state of Utah for joining us. We look forward to hopefully seeing them down in the Paradise Coast for championship week this December 18th through 22nd in Naples. We're excited to welcome back from the Bay Area the team director for that program, Carl Wilson. Carl, how are you today?
I'm doing all right, Matt. And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good,
Look,
good.
I kind of just briefly mentioned it, but you've had teams that have participated in the FBU National Championship from the Bay Area in this tournament in years past. Took a break, right? You guys weren't in the tournament last year, but now you're back. So tell people at home, what was the reason about getting back into the tournament, and what are you excited about for this year?
Well, for me personally, I had a son going through those high school years. He attended De La Salle, and now he's off at college. So we just really wanted to spend some time enjoying that and kind of soaking that all in, And so I'm looking forward to getting back involved. Just the tryouts alone and the one practice we've had has been phenomenal, and I've come to realize I've missed it.
So I think it's important that you spent the time with your family. I think that that's a good lesson for everybody that's watching at home. Sometimes you got to put some of these side things, off to the side a little bit and spend some time with your family. So it's great to hear that. We're even more thrilled to have Bay Area back in the tournament. For those that are watching tonight, what can they expect from the Bay Area in the 2020 FBU National Championship tournament?
Well, we'll be strong this year. We got some excellent guys at each level. We have some excellent coaches at each level. We got Cliff Harrison at TU. We got Joe Joyner at sixth grade. At seventh grade, we have a young gentleman by the name of Mr. Adrian Ramos. And we have Kenneth Moore at eighth grade. And all of them are just excellent guys, smart guys, creative guys. And in the climate that we're in right now, it's just become a necessity to have these kind of leaders on board.
I think you hit it on the head right there. It's important to have strong leadership with so much uncertainty swirling around everything that's going on, especially in the West Coast. Understand how difficult of a challenge that has been. So having strong leaders in place like you've put in place is crucial. But let's talk a little bit now about not necessarily the coaching staff, but the actual student athletes that are going to be getting after it.
Right.
Are there
a
few student athletes across your 10U, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade program that our viewers should get familiar with prior to the tournament?
Absolutely. So at TU, we got Jasiri Vital, and man, he's just going to show up. He's a prototypical strong safety. He can also play running back. He's just an athlete, and what we're looking for in all of these things really is just football players. I don't really care. Coach can come to you and tell you, "Hey, line up at left guard, baby, and we can get it. Let's go." We're looking for athletes. At sixth grade, we got Shannon Floyd. He's a big guy. Big man, but he gets at it, and we're just looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. He's out of San Francisco proper, plus for the San Francisco Warriors, and we're just looking forward to him killing it out there. We also have Deuce Jones Drew, Maurice Jones Drew's son, so we got some pedigree out there, and we got a young gentleman. I'll stick to Deuce. Deuce is going to go out and kill it. You know what it's about. We're talking about something that comes from that line. We're going to talk about Savion Bandy. Savion Bandy, you're going to hear his name. He is a national recruit. I'm calling it right now. He's a long guy. He can do anything you need him to do. again, we're just talking about football players. We're not talking about position. We're just talking about a guy that can hit the field wherever you need him to be. And then 8th grade, we talking about Jalen Johnson. And again, he is another one of those just football players. He can throw the rock. He can run the rock. He can block. He can do it all for you out there. So those are just 4 of the names. Again, we're loaded with talent, and that we're in the beginning stages of this, right? So as these guys, there'll be other guys that'll step to the forefront. But man, I'm really looking forward to seeing these 4 dudes and what they're going to do in this tournament.
Well, if you're able to add some pieces to the student athletes and the talent that you just mentioned, it sounds like Bay Area is going to be a problem in the 10th anniversary of the 2020 FBU National Championship. Some great lineage, some youngsters. Love hearing about the 10U and the 6th graders, right? Staples for your program for years to come. Carl, before I let you go, one final question is, how do you think you guys are going to actually perform when we get down to it and we put some toe to leather here in a few weeks?
No, we're looking to make some noise. We're looking to hoist that trophy up. So everybody, just strap in. We strap in. We coming. You know what I mean?
There it is.
So,
hey, rest of the country, especially out west, Bay Area has put you on alert. They are coming to raise the crown from 10U to 8th grade. Carl, we really appreciate the time. We look forward, hopefully, to seeing you in person during championship week, December 18th through 22nd down in Naples, Florida. Thanks again for the time.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it.
Eastern Washington team director for FBU, Tyler Bosick. Tyler, how are you doing?
Matt, I'm doing good. How are you, bud?
I'm doing even better now that I can see your face and see that beautiful mustache you got going. I know it's Halloween.
Thank you. It's a new one. The family don't like it, but they're gonna have to deal with it till everything grows back.
Hey, just keep it going. I love it. Tyler,
perfect.
Let's hop right in. Eastern Washington last year, with their entry back into the FBU National Championship, they made some noise. Make no bones about it. The 6th grade team, with that high-powered, high-flying offense, almost an air raid style. You guys made some noise last year. How are you guys going to capitalize on that momentum heading into this season of the FBU National Championship?
We've made some phone calls. We got a lot of the same returning players coming back. In our region, it's been really, really weird this year. With the whole COVID thing and tryouts and so a lot of stuff's word of mouth right now. But we got a lot of returning players on that offensive side. Our quarterback's a year older and his arm's just that much stronger, so we're ready to rock and roll there. And the defense side, we've picked up some big boys on that defensive line side. That was our weakness last year. We feel we're ready to rock and roll this year and take it all the way to the end.
Well, and you found, you were able to identify some of the weaknesses when you get down to Florida. Obviously, the talent level and the competition increases when you get down to Naples for championship week. So tell us about a few of the players. Maybe it's new guys on your 6th grade team or returning players to what will be your 7th and 8th grade team that we should be on the lookout for that might help you take that next step and win a couple more games down in championship week.
As far as our 7th grade team this year, our middle backer, Luke Hills, the guy is just unbelievable. He takes charge of our defense. He was down there for Top Gun this year. I know I was getting some messages from guys going, "Hey man, who is this guy from your region down here? This guy is he's taking the cake, man. He's all over the place." We picked up a big defensive end this year. His name's Jax Gray. This guy likes to sack quarterbacks. And that's all he wants to do is sack quarterbacks. So it's going to be any offense is going to be hard to stop him coming through the line. Our running back, we call him Dino, Anthony Godino. He's ready to run this year. Again, our quarterback's on. I can't say enough about our 7th grade team this year. They're playing the part and they're putting in the work. 6th grade team, we're still trying to look for some guys. And then our 8th grade team, that coach, he's been keeping some things top secret. So I've been letting him do his thing. I don't even ask no question with his players, man. He don't want to tell nobody, and as long as he's ready to play regional day, I'm ready to go.
Well, the expectations couldn't be higher for this 7th grade team heading into this year after their fantastic performance in last year's FBU National Championship. And I think everybody's probably a little intrigued by the 8th grade team keeping everything a secret. So
right,
it could be another shocker coming out of that very difficult Northwest region of the FBU National Championship. So Tyler, let's get down to it. What are you expecting at the end of the day these teams to perform? What level, right? Are we expecting a national championship for the 7th grade team? Are we expecting to send all 3 teams to Naples? What are the expectations that you guys have for this season?
I dream big, and I tell my boys to do the same thing. Don't stop at nothing but the best. Our goal personally for the 7th grade team is to head right back down there to Florida and be in that championship game. We learned a lot last year going up against teams like Vegas. Their running back was, just strong, and their linemen were crazy. And we learned a lot going against Tampa too. So we feel we've made some adjustments. We went out, found some new players to fill those adjustments. I think our 7th grade team is going to be a force to reckon with and going to make it all the way to the championship. We always think that all 3 teams are going to go, right? We're working hard trying to find those best players in our region that make up all 3 teams and won't accept anything less than top-notch talent because we know these boys deserve it and they deserve the right to play for that national title and to get out of here and play on that big stage.
And that's the opportunity that's in front of you guys, is to play on this big stage with your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams. We're certainly a huge fan here at FBU of the Eastern Washington program. Enjoyed having your team and your parents and that entire, what it felt like was a community down in Naples last year. So, Tyler, we certainly appreciate the time today, and hopefully in a few weeks, we'll be seeing you down in the Paradise Coast, December 18th through 22nd, as you guys look to compete for another national championship. Thanks again for the time.
Looking forward to it. This stash is going to do good down there in the sunshine, buddy.
I have no doubt. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Matt. We'll see you later.
The Football University National Championship celebrates its 10th year anniversary with 96 teams of 3,500 student athletes across 48 states competing for glory at the new state-of-the-art Paradise Coast Sports Complex located in beautiful Naples, Florida. Join the ranks of alumni like James Cook, Sam Howell, Trevor Lawrence, and many more. Make a statement. Leave your mark. Live your legacy.